This woman of noble birth, a queen, who'd traveled across vast lands to bring him gifts, to seek his wisdom and knowledge. But it was she who was wise, and her intelligence and cunning personality enticed him. Never had he met a match such as she. Her presence was greater than any gift she'd laid at his feet. "You're quiet, my lord," she said. He lay on a pile of furs, naked except for the amethyst ring on his finger, a ring of kings that bore his seal. A soft breeze stirred the air and cooled his overheated skin. The thin linen sheet couldn't hide his desire as she walked through the shadows of his chambers and came to stand before him, bathed in the soft glow of lantern light. Her beauty stole his breath, her skin dark and smooth, her eyes black as the rare diamonds she'd presented to his kingdom. The white silk of her robes was tied at each shoulder and plunged deeply, displaying the fullness of her bosom, the material so thin he could see the jeweled adornments covering her nipples. The silk was slid up each side, so every step she gave him a glimpse of the heaven he knew was hidden beneath. Her hair was her glory, rich and full, and she'd unpinned the crown of curls so it flowed almost to her feet. "You leave on the morrow," he said, his heart pierced with sorrow. His body was rigid and stiff with pride. He was king, and he would beg for no woman to stay. But he wanted to. "I am queen," she said, her smile sad. "My kingdom needs me. My people need me." "I need you," he rasped, his hand knotted in a fist at his side. "And you shall have me," she said, moving toward him. She released the ties at her shoulders, and the white silk slithered down the length of her body, leaving her bared before him. His phallus throbbed, and his chest burned with desire. She was exquisite. Never had he wanted another woman as he wanted her. The days had turned to weeks, and the weeks to months since her arrival to his lands. But never had she offered herself. The desire had burned between them, the flames fanning hotter and higher as time passed. But he'd respected her wishes to remain chaste in her own bed, though he could have taken her, as was his right as king. And now she honored him by giving him her body. "You are more beautiful than all the treasures in my kingdom," he said, his gaze lingering on her full breasts, the lantern light reflecting off the diamond adornments that sent fractals of light glittering across the floor. "I am your greatest treasure. Long will you remember me. Long will you love me." He knew the words she spoke were truth. She knelt next to the bed and bowed her head, submitting herself to him. And then she said two words that made him rage at the injustice their positions had wrought. "My king," she whispered. "As you are my queen," he said, voice hoarse with sorrow and desire, "we could rule together, combine our lands." She looked up at him, knowledge and wisdom in her eyes, and his hand moved to her cheek, stroking it softly. "Do you forget the lands between us?" she asked. "That which is ruled by another?" "I do not forget," he said with a sigh. "And I know you are right. Those are lands not ours to take. To conquer would bring wars we cannot fathom." "Then tonight we will give our bodies to each other. And when dawn comes and I take my leave, you shall know you are well loved." She took his hand and kissed it softly, and then she joined him on the bed, sliding the sheet from his body and moving over him, so she was poised to take him into her. Their hands clasped and their gazes met, and he knew this would be a spiritual experience, that they would truly meld, mind, body, and soul, with their union. His jaw clenched, and sweat beaded on his skin as her heat enveloped him, and then her head fell back with a moan as she sank down on him. The world spun away.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.